Hello everybody, my name is Super Lucky and today I'm going to be giving you my MCC Twitch Rivals team predictions. Now before we get started, just know that these predictions may be wrong and they probably are going to be wrong, but these predictions are for fun and they should in no way be taken seriously as this is my fourth time predicting and I think I'm doing a better job with each prediction. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it and I hope you consider subscribing because this took me about, I don't know, a few hours. In 10th place, we have the Aqua Axolotls consisting of HBomb94, GeminiTay, ImpulseSV, and GoodTimesWithScar. The reason I put this team in 10th place is because of four main reasons, and the first reason is I think that this is a for fun team. I don't think that they're gonna really try this MCC, but surely they might try. But overall, I think this is a for fun team, as because it's H-Bomb with its Hermits. Alright, so the second reason is because this isn't a PvP team. I would like to imagine that some PvP games might be in this MCC, but I'm not sure. But anyways, if they are, then this team might struggle with PvP teams as they don't have a main PvPer except for H-Bomb and maybe GeminiTay, as they are pretty decent at PvP. Now, the third reason is because of chemistry. I think this team has a lot of chemistry because like GeminiTay, Scar, and Impulse all know each other because they play Hermitcraft, and I'm pretty sure that H-Bomb is good friends with all of them. So the chemistry will be very big. So I think that may boost them maybe from 10th to maybe 9th. I think they can do probably better. For the fourth reason, I put that they are a weak team. I do believe that they are one of the weaker teams at this MCC just because of basically the three main reasons that I've already said. But overall, I think that they're stronger teams this MCC. So overall, in conclusion, I think this team gets last place. Now, I'm going to try to predict the strongest games for Aqua and also their weak games. So starting off with their strong games, I think that their strongest games right now is Grid Runners and Sands of Time, while their weakest games is basically all of PvP and basically Meltdown. Next up, in 9th place, we have the Yellow Yaks, consisting of Antfrost, CaptainSparklez, Awesamdude, and Cupfan. Now, the reason why I put this team in 9th place is because of four main reasons. The first reason is because I think that this team will struggle in PvP, as you know, I don't see most of them being PvP mates except for Antfrost, as he's really good at PvP. But other than that, the other three kind of struggle to PvP, but I think it should be fine either ways. But if not, then this should be a struggle for them, so they should avoid PvP games altogether. Now the second reason is that they are one of the weaker teams of this MCC. I think Antfrost is definitely like a really good player, but I think that with the other three, you know, they do pretty average, but I think that there's probably more better teams on this MCC. So for now, I'll put this team in 9th, but know that this team can probably get better than 9th, but for right now, I'm just going to put them in 9th. For the third reason is a reason that I'll give them a benefit of the doubt, is because they have chemistry, as most of these players have teamed before in some sort of way. But yeah, overall, I think they have really good chemistry on this team. Fourth reason is that they have lots of experience, as most of these players have been playing on early MCCs. So hopefully this experience should help them to make sure that they don't come 9th. Now, for the strong games and weak games for the Yellow Yaks, for the strong games, I would assume that they would do really good at Sands of Time and Rocket Spleef Rush, as they all are really good at both games. And for their weak games, I am going to assume that for their weak games, it's going to be Hardcore Tag and TGTOS as their weak games. In 8th place, we have Green Geckos, consisting of PeteZahHutt, 5-Ups, Foolish, and Nelly. The reason why I put this team in 8th place is because of four main factors. The first factor is that I see this team kind of a PvP team. I think that their best PvPer in this team is definitely PeteZahHutt. So I think if PvP games were chosen, I don't think they would struggle too much. But who knows? This team could struggle with PvP, but we might not know for right now. And so the second reason is that PeteZahHutt, it would be the leader of this team, as he is probably the best player in MCC. And 5-Up could be the co-leader. 5-Up is another good leader, as if PeteZahHutt definitely can't lead on one certain game, 5-Up is always there because 5-Up is a really good player and he knows his stuff. Alright, so the third reason is that this team has chemistry. I think that this team really has chemistry. As you know, Foolish and Nelly probably know each other. 5 and Pete have been playing like often. So yeah, I think that this team will probably have a lot of chemistry. And for my fourth main reason is that I think this is a really all-around team. As you know, PeteZahHutt being the great player he is. 5 is another good player as he places somewhere in the top 20. Foolish is also really good. I think he places around the top 20 as well. I'm not sure. Nelly, I think she could probably actually get top 30 this MCC. But since there are stronger teams, I'm gonna have to put this team in 8th, just because this team is a real hit or miss. Now, for the strongest games and the weakest games for Green Geckos, for their strong games, I would assume that their strongest games is Build Mart and Rocket Split Rush, as each of them are pretty decent at both games, and I think they could do pretty well as a team. And for their weak games, it would be Sky Battle and Parkour Tag, because they usually struggle in those games. So yeah, that's the Green Geckos. In 7th place, we have the Cyan Coyotes, consisting of Illumina, Ranboo, Sneegsnag, and DarkEyebrows. The reason why I put this team in 7th place is because of 4 main reasons. The first reason is that I see this team as probably one of the stronger PvP teams, as Illumina is a really good PvPer, Ranboo and Sneak can really do good at PvP, and DarkEyebrows is also really good. And so the second reason is I think that the Illumina and Ranboo duo is a really cool duo, as you know, Illumina being a really good MCC player, probably like getting top 10 every MCC, and Ranboo like really being a really fun person to be around. And so I think that this duo will probably show their potential in this MCC. And so yeah, for the third reason, I put that this team is probably like a friend team. I think that all these people, I think they have team before, or like they are friends with, because I'm pretty sure that Ranboo, Sneak, and DarkEyebrows are friends, and Illumina being a good player to add. I think that this team is probably like a for fun team, so who knows, they might play for fun, or I'm not sure, but we'll find out during MCC. And for my last reason is that this is an all-round team, as I think all these players could do pretty well, as you know, Illumina cracking top 10, Ranboo and Sneak, I think they can like do top 20, and DarkEyebrows can definitely, I think, get top 30. And so yeah, all these factors will put them in 7th, but I would not be surprised if they get higher than 7th. So for the strongest games and the weakest games for the Cyan Coyotes, for the strongest games, I'm going to assume for the strong games is TGTOS and Hole in the Wall, while their weakest games is going to be Battle Box and Sky Battle. And we all know why, as Illumina hates Sky Battle. In 6th place, we have the Pink Parrots, consisting of Sapnap, George Not Found, Captain Puffy, and Sylvie. The reason why I put this team in 6th place is because of 4 main reasons. The first reason I see is that this team is a really good PvP team, as Sapnap and George are really good PvPers, and Sylvie and Captain Puffy are pretty good at PvP. And for my second reason is that leadership, is that I think that Sapnap will definitely 100% lead his team throughout most games, and if there's PvP games, there's no exception to that, as he will be the best leader in all PvP games, and sometimes most games, except for, you know, maybe like movement games and definitely like Sands of Time, for an example. It could have a struggle. So for my third reason is that this team has knowledge. And so what I mean by that is I think that this team definitely knows how most games work, as they have experience with some of the games, as Sapnap is really good at PvP and definitely sometimes movement games. So we'll see some of that in this MCC. And for the last reason is that this team is kind of unexperienced, because 3/4 out of this team have either like stopped playing a few months ago, or they have just taken a break. So them coming back to now, like a few months later, is definitely going to seize if they know how to play again. But who knows until MCC starts. So yeah, those are my 4 main reasons, but I think this team, I could see this team getting better than 6, but for now, I'm just going to put this team 6 because I think this is a safe bet. So for the strongest games and the weakest games for the Pink Parrots, their strongest games would be Battle Box and Sky Battle, while their weakest games would be Rocket Split Rush and the Build Mart. In 5th place, we have the Llamas, consisting of Jojosolos, Shubble, Elena, and Shubble. The reason why I put the Llamas in 5th is because of 4 main reasons. The first reason being that I see this team as a really good PvP team, as Jojo is a really good PvPer, and Shubble is also a good PvPer as shown by his last MCC's performance. Shubble and Elena are really good as well. And that leads me to my second point, which is that they have great comms, as Jojo and Shubble are really, they're like really good friends. And Jojo, Elena, and Shubble, I think they all are good friends as well. So it shouldn't be surprised if their comms are really great. And for my third reason is that they have chemistry, as they are all friends. They should know how each other's work. And so yeah, I think the chemistry in this team will be really good. And so for my last reason is that I think that this is an all-around team, as Jojo is really good. It's placing top 10 every MCC. Shubbe's really starting to get better, as he places somewhere around the top 15 every MCC. Elena and Shubble are no exception, as I think they could place top 30 this MCC, but who knows. For now, I'll put this team in 5th, but I wouldn't be surprised if this team gets higher than 5th. So for the strongest games and the weakest game for the Llamas, your strongest games would be survival games and TGTOS, while their weakest games would definitely be parkour tag and hole in the wall. In 4th place, we have the Red Rabbits, consisting of Fruitberries, Tubbo, Bekyamon, and JackManifold. The reason why I put the Red Rabbits in 4th place is because of 4 main reasons. The first reason being that I think that this team is a PvP team, even though they might seem not as a PvP team, as Fruitberries is a really good PvPer, probably one of the best. Tubbo is a really good PvPer, and Jack and Bekyamon are really decent at PvP. And so for my second reason is that I think that Fruit will definitely be the leader of this team, as he is the most experienced player, and he definitely knows how to lead a team, which is really good in this situation because I genuinely think this team can do well. But yeah, on to my third reason. I think that this team has fun vibes, solely because this team has been played before. Instead of Fruit, it was Tommy, and then this team had really fun vibes. I think that this MCC, it will be the same, but with Fruitberries. But I think that this team overall will have fun vibes. And for my fourth reason, I think is that they will have funny communication, because as you've seen in the last time they've all teamed together, they all had really funny communication, which is really cool, and I really like it. And so I think that this team can probably get 4th overall. For the strongest games and the weakest games for the Red Rabbits, their strongest games would be definitely Parkour Tag and Sky Battle, while their weakest games would probably be Build Mart and Hole in the Wall. In 3rd place, we have the Purple Pandas, consisting of Purple, CPK, AMZ, Geckos. Now, the reason why I put the Purple Pandas in 3rd place is because of 4 main reasons. The first reason being that I see this team as a PvP team, as Purple and CPK are really good PvPers. And so for my second reason, I put the Purple and CPK duo are a really strong duo in my opinion, as I see that Purple gets top 5 every MCC, and CPK gets somewhere between 15 to 10 in every MCC he plays. And so for my third reason is I see this team as a vibe team, as I'm pretty sure that all these people know each other, and so hopefully they should know how each other work and what's their strength and weaknesses, and hopefully help them out at this point. And so for my final reason, I put that this team is an all-around team, as as I said before, CPK gets somewhere between 10th to 15th every MCC, Purple gets top 5 in most MCCs, and AMZ and Geckos get somewhere around top 30 every MCC. So yeah, that's the Purple Pandas. For the strongest games and the weakest games for the Purple Pandas, I'm going to assume that their best games is definitely TGTOS and Battle Box, and for their weakest games, it will have to be Build Mart and Hole in the Wall. In 2nd place, we have the Blue Bats, consisting of Punz, Hannahxrose, BadBoyHalo, and Gumiho. The reason why I put the Blue Bats in 2nd place is because of 4 main reasons. First reason being that I see this team as a movement team, as Punz and Hannah are really good movement players, BadBoyHalo isn't a bad exception, and Gumiho does pretty well. And so for my second reason, I put that leadership. I think that Punz and Hannah are definitely going to be the leaders for this team, and I think they're going to do pretty well. as seen by Punz and Hannah's last MCC performance, I think they'll do pretty well. And so for my third reason is that they're all friends with each other, so hopefully they should know how each person works and what their strengths and weaknesses are, and hopefully help them out. And so for my last reason, I put the Punz and Hannah duo, as it is a pretty strong duo in my opinion, and so I think that overall this team will become in second place. So for the strongest games and the weakest games for the Blue Bats, their strongest games would definitely be Rocket Spleef Rush and TGTOS, while their weakest games would be Sky Battle and Ace Race. In first place, we have the Orange Ocelots, consisting of Krtzyy, Smager, OwengeJuice, and Masayoshi. Reason why I put the Orange Ocelots in first place is because of four main reasons. The first reason being that I see this team as a very good PvP team, as Krtzyy is a really good PvPer, and OwengeJuice and Smager are pretty decent. Masayoshi can do pretty good in PvP. And so for my second reason, I put that this is a really strong team, as I do not see a weak player on this team, and I think all these people can probably get top 20 if they try really hard and if they get the right game order. And so for my third reason, I put that this team can do pretty well in communication, as you know, they're gonna be all in Las Vegas, and I think that they all probably know each other. All I know is that Smager and OwengeJuice know each other, and I think Krtzyy and OwengeJuice have teamed before, so hopefully that should work. And so for my last reason is the same as always, is that I don't see a single weak player in this team. As you know, Krtzyy is a really good player, can probably get top 10 this MCC. OwengeJuice is another really weird player, he's always inconsistent, but I think he can get top 15 this MCC. Smager can probably also get top 15 if he tries. And for Masayoshi, I genuinely think he can get like top 20 or top 25 this MCC. And so yeah, that's the Orange Ocelots. So for the strongest games and weakest games for the Orange Ocelots, their strongest games would be Meltdown and TGTOS, where their weakest games would be Rocket Spleef Rush and Sky Battle. So that's it for my predictions this MCC. I know this came late, but my computer was having troubles, but hopefully you enjoyed it, and yeah, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe.